Hello everybody and welcome back to today's video. My name is Noah and today for you all I thought that I would be looking over some of the funniest answers on test questions. Now I don't know about all of you guys, but it's that time in the year where it seems like teachers are planning tests weeks in advance, so it's like you haven't even taken this test and you know there's already 3 more coming up and you just get so unmotivated to study because you just are dreading each and every one of them. I thought it would be a fun idea to look over these test questions that are extremely funny and probably not very well planned out. Maybe next time you're taking a test and you see one of these questions that might be similar to something that you're taking, maybe you can use these funny and witty answers to these questions in hopes that maybe your teacher will laugh and give you the points anyways. So this first kid thought that it would be funny to answer this question: what do we call the science of classifying living things with racism? I don't know how to answer that. That's just kind of, it's not wrong because you're classifying people, but it's obviously not the answer they were looking for. On this math test, which is extremely similar to stuff that I've been taking lately, and obviously it's aggravating, the question was find x on the triangle, and you were supposed to do math to find the value of x, but this kid just decided to circle x, draw an arrow to it, and say, here it is. It's technically not wrong. That's the funny part, is that it said find x. Like, the directions were the part that made it confusing. His answer is technically correct with what the directions were asking him to do. This one is another funny one because the question was, where was the American Declaration of Independence signed? And obviously, if you think about it and you think about the context of it, you know that they're asking for a place. The question is not very specific as to the place where it happened. The kid answered the question with, at the bottom. Where was the American Declaration of Independence signed? It was signed at the bottom of the page, where you sign the paper. This one is something that I can relate to on so many levels, just because of how relevant it is and how frustrating it can be when you get to a problem like this. So you have a math problem and you know how to do it, but sometimes you just can't explain it. So then you get that part at the bottom that says, explain how you found the answer to number 4. And you're just like, I did it. I know how to do it. Why do I have to explain how I did it? This kid thought it would be funny to answer that exact question with math. It's not wrong. He probably figured out the answer to the previous question with some math. And honestly, that's how I feel at some points when it's so frustrating that you have this question that you know how to do, but then it's like, explain how you knew it. Some math of some sort, the math in my head, I don't know, but sometimes you just can't explain it, and this kid decided to just go out on a limb and be like, well, I explained it with math. This next one has to do with math, and it's also really funny because the kid was told to expand the equation in parentheses a plus b and then to the nth power, which you can somehow expand that so it means more, but this kid decided to just literally expand the problem. He took the A and moved it further away from the plus sign, and on the other side of the plus sign, further away, was the B. It's the actual question that is so vague that technically these kids are not getting it wrong. They're just also not getting it right. They're technically correct answers to what the question is asking because the question is so vague. Now this next one, I don't know where the kid was going with this one. I honestly don't know the correlation at all. Maybe this kid's got some weird hobbies or something. How is this brain like a cantaloupe? This kid decided to go along the lines of answering with it, they're both delicious. So he was saying that the brain is like a cantaloupe because they're both delicious. Like, what is this kid eating? He needs to get some better eating habits because that's obviously not the correct answer, I hope. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed me looking over some of these extremely funny and honestly, to an extent, correct answers to these test questions. I think this last one is a really clever and fun one to leave this whole entire video off of. And it was just a basic question. It says, in one word, describe school. There's a lot of words that I can just come up with right now that could completely and fine answer this question, over with, done. But this kid decided to take it a step farther and probably be extremely brutally honest with his answer. Hell. Describe school in one word, and he put hell. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed me looking over some of these extremely funny and honestly, to an extent, correct answers to these test questions. If you did enjoy, please sure to let me know by leaving a comment down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff. I'll be leaving my social media in the description below. But until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.